What a shame, here we are again in a real attack against workers in this country, and we have seen it so much over the last 18 months from this government. It is an absolute disgrace to this government and is a disgrace and a shame for our country. Madam Speaker, let me just remind you of some of the things that have happened prior to this bill being passed tonight. We've seen fair pay agreements that were one of the first cabs off the rank, once again scrapped. Once again going through urgency, just as we are here tonight. At least this one had a select committee, but again we're pushing it through under urgency for no reason that has been given. Scrapping of 90-day trials, an effective cut to the minimum wage rate against official advice, Madam Speaker. Stopping the work on pay transparency and stopping the work on modern slavery. Even though the Prime Minister campaigned on that and said that that was the one thing that he would march in the street for, that is something that has not progressed under this government. Stopping minimum wage for disabled workers, an absolutely appalling piece of work that hurts some of our most vulnerable workers, and yet this government has pushed that through as well. Cutting 6,000 public service jobs, absolutely horrific to our workers and our hard-working people in the public service. And not only does that impact upon them, Madam Speaker, it impacts upon many industries. You only have to go and walk the streets of Wellington out here in lunchtime to know the impact that that has on this city. But not only on this city, Madam Speaker, New Zealand-wide impact. The banning of charter school employees being able to negotiate their MECA awards, something that is a fundamental right, Madam Speaker. Then one of the most egregious, and what I think is the most egregious, and actually most of New Zealand thinks is the most egregious errors and actions that have been taken against workers is, of course, of the cutting of the pay equity claims and the cutting of the 33 claims in order to make a budget work, Madam Speaker. And here we are again with another attack on New Zealand workers. We are seeing pay deductions for partial strikes. And actually, Madam Speaker, people might, on the other side of the House, might have thought some of those name changes in the Committee of the Whole might have been a bit frivolous, but they were not frivolous at all, Madam Speaker. When you know that it's not just partial strikes, the definition of partial strikes is absolutely broad in this definition. A partial strike that could be somebody wearing a T-shirt to work that they don't want to take time off. They want to be able to complete their job to the maximum, but they also want to have that ability to be able to show their discontent in what is happening in the industrial process at that particular time, and that could be seen as a partial strike. And we have heard the Minister say the whole way through this debate that this is about another act of restoring the balance, that employers have had that balance over the last few years taken away from them. Well, this isn't about restoring the balance, Madam Speaker. This is about taking any power that employees have away from them.